Good day, folks. We're happy to have you viewing our program here at Lake TV 90. My name is Mike Currier, and we are visiting with and interviewing various dignitaries and who's who here at Lake of the Ozarks to find out what makes Lake of the Ozarks a wonderful place to visit and a great place to live and raise a family. Our goal here is to have a diversity of guests who have different things to offer and to show how their work and the programs that they represent make this a good place. Today I have a friend of mine, one of the first people I met when I came here to the lake, Charlie Myrick. Charlie,
good to see you.
Glad to have you here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You haven't aged a bit in 4 years.
What? Okay.
Charlie is the manager of the Ivy Bend Food Pantry. Among other things, he's a man of many talents. Charlie, give us about a 1-minute biography of who Charlie Myrick really is and where it got you here.
Well, I'm still trying to figure that one out. But I traveled for years, as you know, Mike, as a magician. And
you were a professional magician all over the world.
All over the world, Las Vegas, Atlantic City, all over. And had a great time in, doing that. And we retired down here on the lake and found us a place up in the Ivy Bend area that overlooked the lake. And wanted to do something kind of volunteer to help out, and so I started volunteering at the pantry. And then almost 2 years later, now I'm the president of it and been that for the past couple of years.
That's what you get when you volunteer around here.
This is true. But no, it's been an exciting ride on what's going on at the pantry and what's happening.
Lots of improvements.
Lots of improvements. Yeah, the first initiative was to build a roof over the entire pantry, because originally it was just 2 trailers stuck side by side, and there was no roof that was holding it, leaked and everything. But I brought them into getting grants, and we received a grant to buy a truck, which was being rented all the time, and then we put a roof on it, and through grant money, and it was the beginning that started this whole trend of improvement for the pantry and for the people of Ivy Bend.
A year and a half ago or so, didn't you have a telethon here to
yes,
do something?
right here at Lake TV. Yeah, I think
it?
it's about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we had this absolutely incredible pledge of from a lady up in Iowa. She was pledging for $10,000 if we could match it and do a telethon here at Lake TV, and we made it happen. It was an awesome experience, and that really, because of her generosity, that's what really launched the programs we're doing now. Like we're doing energy assistance, which is never done before. We're feeding more people than ever before. The food quality is totally improved. From at one point, literally, they would get a little bit of food, and they'd get things like batteries and stuff. You can't eat batteries; you got to have food. And now it's the quality is really paramount of what's going on. Of course, we also have all my volunteers, people. I mean, we've got a huge staff of volunteers, 40 people every month that are there helping, unloading the truck and loading and handing out the food.
You had a story about a high school gentleman, young student in high school that
yes.
I was aware of and was a part of. Just tell us that as a one example story.
Well, there's so many needs up there, but Matt, he loved basketball, and the very first Christmas that we did up there when I became president, a lot of people said, "Oh, we really can't do this stuff," and I said, "Yeah, we can," and we proved to them that we could, and we had a great turnout for our first Christmas. But there was one thing that I wanted to do so bad, and that was to get a letter jacket for Matt Fisk.
So he went to Stover School.
All the other kids had letter jackets. He lived with his grandma, and she raised him, and she just didn't have the money to do it. And that was the one thing I could not get accomplished, was to get him a letter jacket. And then I went to speak at Rotary, as you know, and by the time I left Rotary, the money was there, and he got his letter jacket. It was special, very special. Now he's he's graduated high school, and he's got a scholarship to play basketball at Missouri Valley. So he's excited, and he's starting his freshman year this coming fall.
Freshman year,
yeah,
that's great. I'm glad
awesome
to hear that.
And
it's all those little things that matter. It's not what you do for the community as much as each individual person.
Absolutely.
Makes a difference.
Absolutely. I mean, we get phone calls a lot of times from people that it's for instance, like some people were really suffering. They needed an air conditioner. Well, one thing that I've been able to accomplish, Mike, is to be able to put a network of people together. Sources, where if I need something, I can put it out there and it'll come back, and it did. We had some folks that was desperate need of an air conditioner. They're older and folks, and they needed it so bad. Put the word out, and boom, it was there. It took about 2 days. Then also we had some folks there. The only way to cook outside of a campfire was a microwave they had, and it went down on them. And for example, I called Lady Elks over in Lori. Literally 3 days later, they had it ready, and that was awesome, because when I delivered the microwave to, the family, especially the wife, she just teared up. She said, nobody's ever given us anything that good in life, And I said, well, it is now, and that's what it's about. When you can give back. I've been so blessed in the entertainment industry and the people I know and everything, but now it gives me the opportunity to give back, and however I can, I will. And like as I was mentioned to you earlier, Christmas is coming up. I know we're in July, but now it's when you start thinking about it. And this year our need is even greater. The community's come through for us last year beautifully, but we're up another 20 kids from where we were last year. We have 157 kids that we've got to do Christmas for this year. As well as, one thing I always want to do is make sure that every family who's got children, they have the full Christmas dinner. And for the past 2 years, that's been a blessing. It just happens. How does it happen? You know how God works.
Yes.
In mysterious and wondrous ways, and it just comes. It happens. And people can get involved with that right now if they wanted to.
Now, weren't you also involved in the food pack program for kids in
Buddy
schools?
Packs.
Tell us about
Buddy
Pack
Pack program. Yes, absolutely. Buddy Pack. There's a lot of kids that go to school, and on Friday evening when they leave, they won't have anything nourishing to eat until they get to school next Monday. There's just no food in the homes. And the Buddy Pack program, what it does, it non-discreetly, they get literally a backpack that they can take home with them, but it's full of nutritional food that will get them through the weekend. And it's an incredible program, and it comes out of the food bank in Columbia. And then that's where we get our food to, that as well as Walmart. And Stover alone, I think we have 42 kids in Stover that get it. And then in Versailles School District, I think there's like over 200 that receive Buddy Packs. And there's some more kids wanting to sign up, but it's just people being a part of that. Because, for one Buddy Pack, to take care of one child for the entire school year is $180. And that takes care of them for the whole year, so that they'll have nutritional food on the weekends.
It's about $5 a weekend.
Yeah,
But, we pay more than that going to McDonald's.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We had John Mark Hott on the show a couple weeks ago, and he's the chairman of that for the Ozark area down here. And so I think more people ought to know what that Buddy Pack is and how important it is to sustain the kids.
Absolutely.
And to get them some wholesome food for the weekend. And I know that one child doesn't consume all that food. I'm sure some of that food dissipates throughout the rest of the family as far as it'll go.
But the one thing that I discovered, Mike, is when you're dealing with people in a poverty situation, how do you break that chain of poverty? And the parents are already in it. Some of them want to improve, and they do. We try to get them jobs and stuff, and they do want to improve. There are some who do not. And you can work with the kids and try to change them. Some of the initiatives and stuff that we're wanting to do is expand the pantry, where we can do an after-school program. And there's grants out there, but we have to be able to have a new facility to be able to do it, because the pantry itself is not big enough. That we can get a grant that will actually have tutors to help these kids, so that they can rise above their standard, and they can break that cycle and be anything they want to be if they have the opportunity to do it.
That's how you break that cycle and start a new generation of hope.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Well, Charlie, you do other things besides the pantry around here. You're involved in some kind of remodeling, construction, and interior decor too.
I enjoy painting, and I love doing landscapes and stuff. I've done a couple of restaurants, and the Jerk Shack that's down off of P Road. Did everything there. Matter of fact, they're still expanding and doing some more stuff there, and just started doing stuff with Captain Ron's and the paintings on the interior. So it's just going in and creating some fun things and enjoying. Like I say, you got to have fun with what you're doing.
I first met you when I lived in a mobile home park at Have a Space, and You're the brother of the owner of that, Suzanne, and you built my deck for
Yes,
my
I did.
RV, and I'm still using that in my home now, and that's a very sturdy deck. So you do lots of things. You're a man of many talents, and one of them is magic.
Uh-oh.
Do you have a little bit of magic for us here you
Oh, my
could show us today?
Well, we'll try something.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Because
gullible.
it goes back to the back to my youthful days, because 2 years ago I did my last official performance, and I did it where it all started, up in Trenton, Missouri. And 50 years later, I finished it off where it all began. I'm going to put some objects out here, Mike. Okay. So I don't know if you can see all these objects on camera, but we'll kind of go through it real quick.
Okay.
We've got a cell phone, keys, some tape, and a glass of water.
Real
Now,
water.
Real water. I've been drinking it, yes. It's an interesting cup design, though. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to write one of these down here. Now, we haven't set anything up or
No.
anything ahead of time, okay?
I was wondering what you were going to do.
Okay. Now then, I just wrote one of those objects down there on the piece of paper. Now, Mike, what I want you to do is say any two objects.
Any two objects?
Yeah, just say any two.
I'll do the water and the keys.
The water and the keys. Good. We'll set that aside. That leaves us with just two objects. Of those two, say one of them, please.
I'll say the cell phone.
The cell phone? Same thing, just like we did that. That leaves one thing, doesn't it?
Right.
That's a tape.
Tape.
Well, you could have chosen any way you wanted to.
I
any
could have gone
combination.
any way.
But what does it say?
You wrote down tape.
That's what it was going to be at the end. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's craziness.
Yes.
Absolutely, Mike.
Thank you a lot, Charlie. Glad you're on the program,
Thank
and
you.
it's always good to have you as
Thank
a friend.
you. And people can always get involved too at the pantry. They can give us a call.
Tell us the
anytime.
number.
The number, we give you a couple of them, which is 569-8693.
8693.
Or the actual pantry number is 372-9892.
372-9892. We'll
Yes.
see if we can get those on the screen for
That'd be
people
awesome.
to record.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
Yeah.
And it's a day that we've learned a lot more about the good things that are happening. And it's just not the things that happen, it's the good people that make them happen. And Charlie Myrick is one of those good guys. He doesn't wear a white hat all the time, but he deserves to, certainly. Thank you for viewing our show today. If you have someone you'd like to appear on the program and talk about your contribution to the Lake of the Ozarks, please give us a call here at Lake TV 90. My name is Mike Courier. Glad you were viewing today. Have a great day.